Just how strong is Sung Jinwoo? From the novel known as I Alone Level Up and the manhwa known as Solo Leveling. I'll tell you guys right now, the scale consists of transfinites, non-duality, modal realism, Platoism, just very convoluted scale. Light and darkness existed in an age where nothing else yet existed. The absolute being split the light and created the emissaries of God. As for the darkness, it was split to create 8 sovereigns. And it happened then. Memories sealed tightly away somewhere within his soul had been unlocked through yet another contact with Jinwoo, and were brought back up to the territory of his consciousness. Those were the memories that connected the past, present, and future, and they contained the stories of gates, monsters, hunters, rulers, and sovereigns. Well, a higher being's memories aren't affected by the flow of time, you see. Indeed, a sovereign's memories easily transcend the boundaries of time itself. So light and darkness had existed before. Temporality within Jinwoo's consciousness, which is only darkness, is stated to reside outside reality, so Sung can go back to reality. A world that loses its focal point of lords is torn apart into dimensions and drifts into the rifts. So everything inside reality, outside of reality, all take part within darkness. And then there's statements of extra-dimensional magic, so reality contains extra-dimensional objects. So reality equals dimensionality, light and darkness existed before dimensionality, and then Sung's land of eternal rest would have to be a dimensionless structure considering it transcends all of this. This land of eternal rest is stated to be a non-existent world, so it's something that lacks duality and is non-existent and would transcend them as a non-duality. So let's cover what neti is. Really simply, if Brahman is the ultimate, Brahman has to transcend all attributes. The one ascribed to this being. Thus, the only logical conclusion is that no positive statement is sufficient. All positive statements will be incomplete. Sung is described multiple times to be in existence that can't be explained through logic. So no amount of statements, like positive statements like transcending, will ever be enough to describe Sung Jinwoo. So now let's go discuss what the monarchs are. So one of the monarchs explained that the lower creatures are nothing more than a finite creature trying to reach an eternal power. Much so like what a monarch is. And there's another statement to where there's no such thing as infinite power. Land of Eternal Rest is verbatim stated to be explained to be an infinite in size object twice. So what does this exactly mean? So we have the finite creatures, yet we have this infinite creature, which is the Shadow Sovereign. Where do these monarchs really lie? They would have to be discussed as a transfinite, which are not true infinities, but yet not a finite either. Jinwoo's very existence is just something that's completely beyond the monarchs. He transcends death itself and is the only true immortal within solo leveling, and is the only being to explain to actually have an infinity. But as we already know, Sung's mere existence can't be explained through logic. So all these little notations, not even a transfinite can explain him. So what we have here is what's called a neti existence, otherwise known as a true infinity that transcends all transfinite, which would then transcend almost all notations of set theory that even VSBW can explain. So we have these concepts, these monarchs that can only view reality, something they view as actually something real, aka modal realism. So this would qualify as Transcendent Plus on Power Wiki, which scales beyond VSBW's Boundless tier.